Alright, so here is an interesting problem that involves the pitch of a roof, the rise and the run, and so forth. Let's go ahead and highlight some important information and read through the problem. The roof of a house has a vertical rise of 10 feet over a horizontal run of 30 feet. Find the pitch of the roof expressed as a ratio of something to 12. Find the slope of the roof expressed as a reduced fraction. So both of these are going to come from the same information and just be two different ways of expressing kind of the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and draw a diagram here of a roof portion and do some labeling. We've got our rise here, that's our vertical dimension, and we're given that the rise is 10 feet. And we have our run, which is our horizontal dimension here, and that's given as 30 feet. And run is a measure of, from the outside of the building to the center of the, maybe a spot right under the center of the ridge beam. And then the rise is a measure of the vertical height of the roof from the top plate of a wall up to the ridge beam itself. So we've got rise and run. And the pitch of a roof is a measure, or is a way of expressing rise over run. Remember, that is also the way that we express slope. On a graph of a line, we can express slope as the change in the y direction, or the vertical direction, over the change in the x direction. We can write change in y over change in x. And that's going to also give us slope. So in the building trades, it's very common for roof pitches to be represented as some value over 12. We might see like a 6-12 pitch or a 12-12 pitch. Always is an expression of 12 in the denominator, or the second part of the ratio there. And so that's what we want to do in this problem. We want to express this rise over run, which we are given rise is 10 over 30, and we want to express that as a ratio over 12. Well, how do we do that? The setup, if you'll remember, when we're dealing with ratios and proportions, so we can set that up using our rise over run here. We have 10 over 30, and we need to create an equivalent fraction, equivalent proportion over 12. What we're looking for is this missing value here, x. So the relationship between 10 and 30 is equal to the relationship between some unknown value, x, and 12. When we solve proportion problems like this, we diagonally multiply. We multiply 30 by x, and that equals 30x. And we can say that that value is equal to the product of the other diagonal. 10 times 12, or 30x, is equal to 120. Solving for x here, we can divide both sides by 30. Divide both sides by 30, and the result is that x is equal to 120 over 30, which reduces to 4. So our rise over run of 10 over 30 can also be represented as a pitch, and we'll put that right up here at the top because that is one of our answers. The pitch of this roof as a ratio of something to 12, our pitch equals 4 to 12, or 4 to 12. Now the second part of this question asks us to find the slope of the roof expressed as a reduced fraction. Well, slope, a little different from pitch, I guess. The slope of a line can be also expressed as a reduced fraction. And when we reduce this fraction, 4 over 12, what do? We divide both the top and the bottom by their greatest common factor here, which is 4. We divide 4 by 4, we get 1. We divide 12 by 4, and we get 3. So this roof pitch can also be represented as a slope in reduced fraction form as 1/3. So these are our answers here. The pitch of this roof can be expressed as a 412 pitch. The slope of this roof can be expressed as 1 over 3, or 1/3. I hope this is helpful.